Hey all, welcome back to the third ADV round. Like I said, multi-format tour, but we're only going to be concentrating on the ADV. The third ADV round of the Hoenn Khlazic, as drafted and built by me and as played by Jabba. As a refresher, this is the team that we drafted. Torkoal and War Turtle aren't there. It is just these six on the top. And our opponent this time is this dude, Slick Panther, with another pretty good looking draft. Got a 7 squad here. The Farfetch'd is not really going to come, but any of these other 6 could. Zapdos Titar, not sure how somebody gets both of those, but that's obviously very good. He's got a Spiker Spinner. Espeon is a threat. I believe CMBP is allowed in this. He's got a potential Bell user. Champ is a threat. Good coverage. Another good draft here. Another challenging dude to build for. So, this is how we tackled it, and then I'll pull up the notes as to why. Ultimately, we ended up leading Sceptile here with that set. Subtoxic, HP Ice Leaf Blade. Snorlax here, Curse 3 attacks. Same Milo as last time, full bulk, Ice Beam, Recover, Refresh, Surf. Weird Gyarados here, Protect, Toxic, 2 attacks. I'm sure we had a reason. The Metacham here, just flat out 4 attacks, but not choice banded, one of which was HP Flying. And then the Regirock is busting out the surprise Superpower, in addition to Protect, Rock Slide, and Toxic. We can go back and check this out in a minute once I refresh myself why we did the things we did. Let's see here. Yes, so I wasn't sure what to lead because potentially, depending on what we lead, there are some pretty bad scenarios, depending on what the opponent leads as well. Kind of a crapshoot, kind of had to take an educated guess and plan for the worst case scenario or two and just accept some of the other things that can happen. As you can see, we did ultimately decide on the Sceptile, but this paragraph here describes the thought process, why I was kind of worried about it. He also, because we have Toxic Spam, which I do think is the right call for this matchup, I did consider that the Espeon could come and have synchronized, and he might have Aromatherapy on Vileplume, which is obviously going to be pretty good against Toxic Spam. So, as such, I made it so everybody can hit the Titar and the Vileplume meaningfully. So going back, how do we hit the Vileplume meaningfully? HP Ice, boosted Curses, boosted Curse Body Slams rather, Ice Beam, HP Flying, and I guess Rock Slide is the least exciting one, but basically every single thing on the team can hit the Vileplume, so it is the same bullshit. If he brings Aromatherapy, if he's going to try to fend off our Toxics in that way, and we do have 3 Toxics, so that's our plan, then we are going to punish him when he tries to use Aromatherapy, reminiscent of what I was trying to do in round 1 when we were playing against a Dragonite. Also, crucially, because Titar in this or in any format has the potential to be a huge threat, whether it is a Mixed Tar, a Sub-Tar, a Dragon Dance Tar, doesn't matter. Tar can be very dangerous. You want to minimize its free opportunities and make sure you're being proactive against it. So it's the same thing as we see here. Literally every single Pokemon on the team, and I made a point to do this, can deal super effective damage to Tar. So again, Leaf Blade, Earthquake, Surf, Earthquake, Brick Break, Superpower. No free lunch for Titar. Loaded up against it. I EV'd, so Superpower always kills. Like I said, everybody hits Vileplume meaningfully. And this I viewed, I guess, as a straightforward matchup. I just made a point to cover the crap out of the Titar, as we just discussed. And I made a point to have a backup plan if he does try to do the whole Vileplume plus Espeon thing. Because like I said, I feel like that's his only realistic counterplay to our Toxic Spam. So I made a point to have a plan for it and address it if it were to come to that. One more time on the team before we get into the game. And the game. This dude, Slick Panther, is playing as Going for a Smoke. And again, another opponent I just had no familiarity with at all prior to this, so going for a smoke. Make your debut on the CALLOUS Narrates YouTube channel. Sceptile lead against Espeon lead. That is not one of the things that I thought that he would lead. We talked about Machamp, we talked about Cloyster, we talked about Tar. But alright, I guess Espeon it is. Tried to sub up, Jabba popped it. And I don't know why he's protecting there. Do you think we're going to boom on him or something? Even if we just attacked there, isn't he just giving us free leftovers, whereas he doesn't get any benefit from that? Not to mention exactly what did happen. He could just be letting us get a free curse. I don't understand that play, but I'm cool with it. 2 curses is a cool place to be. Make that 3 curses. Our opponent's spiking on us, but Lax is going to get out of hand real fast if he doesn't address this. And there's one way to address it, just immediately get a crit. Surf again. And Body Slam. So he only gets 1 layer of spikes down, but unfortunately, because of that stupid crit that mattered, the Lax is not long for this world either. Down it goes to Thunderbolt. 5-5 game. Here comes Dwayne the Regirock Johnson. Toxic, they're both good and bad. Damage good. Activating Guts bad. Gyarados here with Intimidate. Still going to take a fuck ton from Stab, seemingly Choice Banded, Guts boosted Focus Punch there. But Gyara does manage to at least tank it, and then he lands Toxic on Missy, clicks Protect, that's both lefties for me and damage for him, and we see that there's a Thunderbolt waiting for us, so out of the way we go. Regirock finds itself T-waved. Life is hard. Espeon. Pretty good chunk there with Rock Slide. Regirock hits reasonably hard, and Espeon's defense is not that good, so 64% Rock Slide, we'll take that. Gonna have a hard time punching through when our opponent has both Sub and Protect, but he's just going to attack us and let us Rock Slide, and works for me. T-Tar comes in to something that he does not know, has Superpower on the other side, and how do your nuts feel? Yeah, he obviously didn't anticipate the Superpower, but it blew him the F out there. Went for the Dragon Dance, Superpowered right in the gonads, and that is a 1-hit KO, and now I think we're in pretty good shape as long as we don't get cucked by the Zapdos. Substitute and Beam, good play for Jabba, not just switching out there. Would have let him sub up for free. Jabba realizes that given what's left, the Milo just isn't that good here, so it is absolutely correct to stay in and not give the Zapdos any free turns. And letting the Milo go is the right play, so this is good situational awareness, first time for everything, by Jabba the Griffin. Sceptile comes in, trying to do a little follow-up here. As we know, that is HP Ice, and it would have killed the Zapdos there. Missy coming in, totally fine. We outspeed that. We can also just kill it with Leaf Blade, even without a crit. That's what we'll do. Machamp is on a clock for sure, since, like I said, no lefties, probably Choice Banded, suffering from the Toxic. We discover that he's going to try to Brick Break us down, not a problem. Going to just try to sub here and maximize the Toxic damage, and once again, now our opponent's in range, where we can just click Leaf Blade, and we do. And then it's as simple as cleanup duty here. Zapdos comes in, we're faster, we've got HP Ice. On to the next game, squeaky clean. Didn't even have to show the Metacham. So, this one worked out as anticipated, and he didn't even bring the Vile Plume, so the whole worrying about him dealing with our Toxic spam, a complete non-factor with the way that it played out. We are now 3-0 in the ADV portion, and Jabba at this point I think was 7-0 in matches, 7 or 8-0, and was locked up to be the number 1 seed going into the playoffs of this tournament. So, the next video that you're going to see, gasp, is the playoffs. Also, why do we have storage sense on? Thanks, Microsoft, 4 or whatever I have on this ancient computer. Anyhow, next video will be the playoffs. So, hit that like button if you've been enjoying the series so far. Subscribe if you've not done so already, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.